Hello, everyone. This is Brother Benson, and I'm here joined with my brothers. Hey, how are you doing, Makobura?
Hey, good evening. I'm doing good. I thank God. I hope you are doing good as well as Mr. Miguda.
Yep. Okay, thank you so much, Makobura. Miguda, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yep.
Actually, I'm okay. How about you over there? Marco Bura is also doing good as he has just confirmed. How about you?
I'm doing good, and today is a Monday. We are just doing a recap of what happened during the week, and there's so many that happened. We unajua matumbo?
Matumbo.
Eh,
Matumbo chakula, matumbo jina ya mtu.
matumbo chakula.
Naifahamu vizuri sana.
Okay. Na Makobura wewe?
Tangu nianze kukula nyama ama kuyala nyama,
Mhm.
ninakifahamu kwa umakini.
Sasa unajua cha kushangaza ni kuwa Jeff Koinange ajui matumbo.
I think it all depends with where someone was brought up
Eh,
and also the family where they come. By the matumbo, some people regard it as waste, something that should not be eaten.
eh,
Yeah, so you partly understand where Jeff Koinange comes from. Remember, he's from the royal families, the Kenyatta families. So that's
oh,
so that's a confirmation to you that huko kwa do we say the royal families, mambo ya matumbo inaachiwa maombwa na wale wapita njia.
kwa sababu they were I think they were having a show then one of the co-hosts asked Jeff, unajua matumbo, like the way he reacted was like uh, he is like something that was very new to him. So anyway, that's how it is. And so how is everything? Let me see. Silas Odiambo, how are you doing, sir? I hope you're doing fine. We are here too, doing well. There's so much that has happened during the week, and what we want to look at is about the ODM, especially Sifuna. Is Sifuna out of his way of ODM? Because last week or few days ago they had altercation. He was in the show and talked about Aladwa, and I saw Aladwa say that your days in ODM is numbered. Then another day he had a press with some young people there and clapping back. So what is your take on Sifuna before we look at ODM? And remember, today also Baba jetted in the country and headed straight to State House in Mombasa with His Excellency President William Samoei Ruto.
Do I go first or Miguda? Miguda, are you there?
Miguda, I think like there's a problem with his net.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. So then I'll give my remarks or
yeah,
my take on what is happening with Sifuna. I
yeah,
think those are just normal troubles that politicians do go through.
yeah.
Uh, remember, Ababu Namwamba or Magerer went through the same while serving as the Secretary General of ODM Party. So it's not a new thing. It depends with how it all depends with the political circumstances and also something we call interest of the political class.
Mm-hmm.
When their interest, of course, converge, they will always speak in one language. But whenever their interest
Yeah,
are different, then automatically some of them, the likes of Sifuna now, are coming out to be the casualties. At times, it is very normal in politics that
mm-hmm.
when disagreements are there, people will always, there are some people who would be sacrificed. So it is a normal thing, but more of it, of course, is the difference in opinion or stance within
Yeah.
the ODM party.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, there's a group of people within ODM party who are fully supporting the president. And again, there's also a group that is having a divergent opinion. whereby they're saying that this is a government that they should not associate themselves. According to them, that is the group led by Sifuna, and even James Orengo had the same comments. They're saying that this government has messed up and that it is not really right time to stand and maybe rescue them from the problems that they've caused.
Okay, thank you so much. And when you talk about, you've mentioned about Orengo, and we will come to that and also talk about it and know, see, why is it that ODM is having a different opinion, especially when it comes to the issue of the Secretary General, especially when you look at what Orengo is speaking, what Sifuna is speaking, and what Aladwa is speaking. They're not speaking on, they are not on the same page. And is this one showing that ODM, in terms of democracy, that ODM, in terms of democracy, they've grown democracy because they're allowing each and every person to speak their mind at any time they feel like?
I don't really think it's all about democracy, because if you hear the comments of leaders who are having a different view, the likes of Aladwa,
Yeah.
the comments that are coming out from them are actually threats. They're not really the unifying comments. So I don't think it's right for us to focus and call that democracy, because the views do not really reflect democracy. But the views looks like they're personal. And even if you saw the mood of Aladwa while he was giving that speech, it clearly tells you that the interests are actually different, and that is what is causing the conflict between him and between the so-called members who are having different opinion in that group of party.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Miguda, for joining us. And let me take this opportunity to thank the following: Silas Odhiambo, thank you so much for joining. Hey, Nikondani, Brenda Obedi, thank you so much for watching. And Judith, also, thank you so much for joining. Let me invite my friend Miguda to give his opinion. Miguda, to start with, do you think like Secretary General Edwin Sifuna is on his way out? His days are numbered in ODM?
Yeah, if you can hear me.
Yeah.
I want to say that, in my view, now I'm convinced that even me, I've been doing my own research and also I've been contacting people underground. I can state here positively that now Sifuna is on his way out of ODM, and that's an exit. You don't need, it's being pushed out of ODM by the status quo in that party. The status quo are pushing him out. Therefore, you just have to look on where he can get out. There are many people who left ODM sometimes back. They have not just declared publicly, but their soul, their heart, their interest is no longer in ODM. They perceive their interest to be served in the parts of the political party or the party. People like Babu Wino left a long time ago. It's just a matter of time they will declare. People like Sifuna are being pushed out by the status quo because they are unable to protect the interests of the status quo currently. And it is no surprise to me that one day Sifuna will be shown the exit door. And that is how I can view that. According to me today, I'm certain sure that Sifuna is on his way out of ODM.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Miguda, for your thought. And when you're saying he's on his way out, and the Baba himself, because we know political parties have their owners. The Baba has not spoken. It's just that a few people who are speaking, those who feel like Edwin Sifuna is not doing a good job. So what will happen if Sifuna exits?
If Sifuna exits, things will move on. ODM will move on.
Mm-hmm.
Baba will not speak. Baba have never spoken before. You understand? Even when William Ruto left, Baba never spoke. Even when Musalia left, Baba never spoke. Baba usually don't speak because Baba understands that the status quo must be protected. And the people who are protecting the status quo are pushing members who are perceived to be future-oriented leaders like Sifuna. They're just trying to tell him, Sifuna, if we see you, we see future. They are a threat to the status quo. People like William Ruto are a threat to the status quo. People like Musalia, because if you are being perceived someone who can take over the party, or someone who can claim to be a member of leadership of the party, you push out by the status quo. There are those people who are protecting the throne in that party, and the people who are pushing Sifuna out of the party. Baba will not speak. Baba has never spoke before, and Baba usually tries to get out of that politics. That he doesn't want to control the politics of the party, but there are people who usually control that politics. That war, which they are currently fighting Sifuna, is an invisible war. There are many people who have fought that war before. You will not see the people fighting you, but you will find yourself out of the party. And you must find a strategy on how to exit the party. Because this party policy is very clear that the status quo must be maintained. Baba is always right. Baba is never wrong. If rule number 2 fails to apply, they fall to rule number 1 above. Baba Milele. So if you have any divergent opinion that Baba Milele, you will be shown the door. Remember, there are even some senior officials in that party who are thrown out by junior members. Remember the case of Magarer. He was just shown out by the junior staff. And to date, Magarer is not part and parcel of the ODM. Ababu was just shown out by some few people that Ababu, you no longer. In fact, actually, Jacob Midio confirmed when he was alive. Then Jacob Midio that Ababu Namamba, you are claiming today that you are being thrown away of the party. Who elected you? Raila made you SG of ODM. You were never elected. Raila made you. They will tell Sifuna, who elected you? You were made. And that's how Jacoyo made it for Ababu Namamba to exit the party. So, in my view, Baba will not talk. Baba will not show any person door. There are those people who are protecting the throne. They usually fight that war. It is an invisible war that you cannot see. You don't see it when you are out of the party. So in my view, Sifuna is going out of the party. And not only Sifuna, there are some few members who are also going out of the party.
Okay, thank you so much for that insight as you talk about Sifuna going out of the party. But also, Makobura, one of the allegations that Aladwa gave was that Sifuna is working with Rigathi Gachagua. How true is this?
I don't really think those are true statements.
Yeah.
But what I know is that whenever you're being kicked out of a party here in Kenya, they will always, they will always accuse you of things which you are not even doing, and it is normal in politics because we've seen people being thrown out, and sometimes they're being told that they're associating themselves with the opposing side, and the same you're also seeing in UDA. We are also seeing that within the opposition side. Remember those members who were elected under the UDA ticket? Some of them are who actually had a different opinion to the removal of the former deputy president. They were told that they are, having a different opinion, and for that reason, they're associating themselves with other parties which are not like-minded according to them. And so those are the normal accusations, because under the law of these parties, if you look at their constitution, that is part of an offense when you are within a party. And so they're trying to make that look like it is something legit, or it is something legal to throw it to these individuals, so that at least they would maybe anger them or get a clear way of removing them without really forcefully throwing them out.
Okay. Miguda, in the event, will it be on his side and also to ODM? or what casualty will the both party bear? Sifuna has himself and the party as ODM.
You have in the event that is kicked out.
Yeah.
In the event that Sifuna is kicked out in the ODM, like I've stated earlier, and you have seen one of our viewers, Judith Carita, just confirmed to you that Baba people works more than himself. Don't joke with Baba. That is true. Those people, they are protecting their interests. Like right now, the experts. That's why yesterday I said here, Mark Kobura was the one who was our moderator, that the experts are not going to allow Baba not to support William Ruto. Actually, Baba is going to support William Ruto 27 because of the experts. They are not going to lose those seats because Baba must leave Ruto. That's why Baba will not leave Ruto. What I want to say that Sifuna, the casualties the party is going to bear as Sifuna, let me tell you one thing. The party will just restart again. The party has nothing to lose when Sifuna leaves because the party, with them, provided that there is no threat to the throne, they are at peace. But whenever there's a threat to the throne, they are not at peace. So once they have done with you, it's up to you to find a way. So Sifuna should just look on how, as he's having a good strategy, he should he should just exit the way they exist. But let him have a very good strategy. But I can assure you, I can confirm to you that now. And even Makubra will help in this. If you want people like Aladwa, me, as we have been in this game of ODM, there are just some people that are being used. You like people like Aladwa, they just say, okay, well, utaenda. And also there were some people who are tweeting. If you those who are strong, all of those strong members of ODM, I can assure you that Sifuna is going is going to exit. They don't care what is going to happen to him or not. That is not their business. Because remember, we have had people in that party who are very brilliant, who are very eloquent, actually who had good research for the party and had worked very hard for the party. But when it's come for the time for sacrifice, they don't care. Remember, William Ruto was an asset in ODM. And when times come when they were chasing Ruto away, they never cared. They even say that Ruto has gone with one vote. Watch aende. That's how ODM is. So provided there is no threat to the throne, they have no problem. They have nothing to lose. But that's for the party. But for Sifuna, because for the party, they can still negotiate with any person, form coalition going forward. And that's what they're doing currently with William Ruto. They're negotiating to form coalition with UDA moving forward. And as I've told you, Raila is going to support William Ruto. The experts are going to give him pressure to support Ruto. Therefore, to Sifuna, Sifuna must look a very good strategy on how he can move forward, because let him not get into the trap of people like Ababu. But Ababu was a bit strategic, because when Ababu left, at least when Uhuru came to power, he was PS. And when Ruto came to power, he was yes, and later currently is chairing an international organization, the United Nations Environmental Program in Nairobi. It means Ababu was a bit strategic whenever he was leaving the ODM, but he knew that he will be part and parcel of the next administration. Similarly, if Sifuna must leave ODM, or Sifuna is going to be kicked out of ODM, Sifuna must be strategically correct that the next government either is going through election by the people, or if not the people, is going to be appointed. That's my advice to Sifuna. Let him not leave even Ruto was strategic that I'm leaving ODM, but I'm going to form party, and I'm going to form a strategic alliance with Uhuru Kenyatta to capture power. The only person who left ODM without any strategy was Musalia Mudavadi. Therefore, if Sifuna is leaving ODM and its allies, let them leave and let them have a very elaborate strategy going forward. That's why I told you that these people have nothing to do. Remember, if they have lost very vital and vocal and very resourceful individuals. They don't care. Provided they can move as a party to form coalition with the party, that is their main interest. But for Sifuna, he's a lone ranger in this, and maybe a few friends, but let him just have a very strategic exit.
Okay, thank you so much. And let me take this opportunity to welcome MyTech. And this is what MyTech say. Huyu mtu atoke ODM aende huko kwa Wakabila. I voted for Sifuna because Baba said we do 6-piece suit. Okay. Then Judy say Wakabila ni wakina nani? Okay, that's why he wants Luos to keep opposing government, yet his people in Bungoma are sitting pretty. Luos, we are not born to be opposition. One community cannot be fighting for thankless country since independent. That is my take. Okay, we need to have a conversation. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. And now, when now you look at it, because when you look at Orengo is speaking differently. Nyong'o too is speaking differently. Sifuna and Opondo Kaluma. So let me just frame it for you. We have the group of Opondo Kaluma, Gladys Wanga, Atandi, and the experts, especially from the Luo Nation, kind of speaking the same language. Yeah, they have to be there supporting the government. And we have Anyang' Nyong'o, we have Orengo, who are kind of like trying to speak the language of the people. What will happen? What will happen?
Just 1 minute, Makubra, clarify, then you come. What I want to say about the issue you are trying to bring out, that there are some section of people like Orengo. You can say that Orengo is speaking the language of Sifuna. So you might try to say that maybe Orengo will go with Sifuna. Let me tell you, Raila is a trickster politician. Raila is a very trickster politician because Raila will use his people. But when you have been identified in ODM or you have been suspected that you are working with enemy, they will use some people to sway you that to oppose the status quo, but the very people will not exit ODM. By the time you'll be shown the door, you will be alone. People like Orengo will be retained. People like Nyong'o will be retained. That has been a script before. Remember the time when Ababu was opposed to the status quo, when he went across the country registering new people to the party and also having the hashtag Jitoklezena ID. Badi, none other than Badi, accompanied Ababu na Mwamba in that trip. Then when they had the NEC meeting, Raila was present. And remember, Ababu, the issue has been made earlier that Ababu is going to be kicked out of the party. So they had a NEC meeting. Raila was present. And Raila said, we have no issue with Ababu. Ababu is a member of ODM. It's our SG. Then Badi said, Ababu has no issue. There's no issue. But what happened after 3 days later? It was shown the door that you are made, you are not elected. So as for me, a decision has been made deliberately that they are going to kick out Sifuna out of the party. That's a fact. And it's going to happen. And now, people like Orengo are just being used so that Sifuna can feel comfortable. That's comfort that I'm having the people. But when that time will come, when Baba call people, you will find Orengo the first person supporting Baba. And that's how it has happened before. So this issue of there are section of people who are with Sifuna, there are section of people who are with the Orengo, and that will not work. What I know, and that's the problem with Babu. Babu, we know, a decision has been made earlier before that. Babu is a threat to the succession of the Therefore, Babu must be avoided by all means. Babu must be avoided by all means. And to my surprise, Babu, they are not going to, going forward, they are not going to write Babu. Same time, they are going to arrest Sifuna. Just watch the face by the person. This ODM, provided if you are in ODM, you must suspend how you want things to run. You must comply with the orders from above. If and they comply with the orders from above, you are so much resourceful in terms of eloquence, in terms of research, in terms of crowd. They don't care. That has been the script. If they can lose a whole province, the Rift Valley, where Ruto left, they don't care about Sifuna, just one person from Nairobi. That's why, in my view, I still believe that they have already made a decision, and anybody who's a threat to the experts, anybody who wants the ODM to oppose the government to spoil for the experts, are going to be shown the door.
Okay, thank you so much. Makobura, what is your take?
I think on the issue of Sifuna, I think that even if Sifuna leaves, Sifuna has made a good history in the Republic of Kenya. He's shown that he's a leader who can be trusted. And I'm quite sure that as much as they might show him the door, I believe that he's going to go with a good number of ODM supporters. And again, even if he leaves, I think the circumstances here are somehow different. It is not similar to when Magarer or Ababu was removed. Remember, this is a point where Raila, as much as we can see, he's no longer he's not going to be very active politically.
Yeah.
And I think it is also true that there's a possibility he might not run again for any political seat as things stands. So I still believe that if Sifuna wants to leave, or if there is shown the way, then he can still maneuver, he can still gain the political ground, and in whichever, whether he comes with his own political party or he decides to join the other side,
Yeah.
I still believe that even if it is governorship, he has a good support. And we were doing that analysis yesterday. And from the analysis, majority of people here were saying that if, for example, he decides that he's going for governor, with, for example, that is if Kalonzo, Gachagua, I mean, this other side decides to go with the one party as opposition, and then we assume that Raila and Ruto also goes with their own party. From the analysis we were seeing, there's a possibility that Sifuna can still manage to get the governorship of Nairobi. The reason being is the reason why I'm saying that is because one, remember, he'll get the majority of votes from the western side, that is the lower side, because if you see the political moves of one Sifuna and Sakaja, Sifuna is more of a lawyer than Sakaja. We've never had, of course, we understand the fact that speaking a native language does not really, speaking in lawyer language does not confirm that he's truly a lawyer or not. I'm quite sure that a typical lawyer would vote for Sifuna here in Nairobi than they would vote for Sakaja. I'm quite sure that if Raila and Ruto decides to work together and Gachagua and Kalonzo works together again on the other side, then all the Kikuyu, there's a possibility that all the Kikuyus in Nairobi and the Kambas, the people of the mountain, would vote for Sifuna. And remember, the mountain people and the Easterners are the majority in Nairobi County. So that clarifies the fact that Sifuna would still lead as a governor in Nairobi. And Sakaja might then get a few votes from the lawyer, few from lawyer, and also few from Luos. That is if Raila decides to support Ruto. But again, not all Luos can vote for Sakaja because majority of them are this mentality that he never supported Raila, and so they have a mentality that he's never supported and doesn't have goodwill. And for that reason, majority of youths from the ODM side, of course, would still support Sifuna. That is my take. And that is a clarification that Sifuna has done well when it comes to performance, when it comes to representation, when it comes to courage. You know what the people of Kenya likes is a leader who is courageous, a leader who has a stand. And something nice about him that he's managed is the fact that at a point where the people of Kenya needed a leader who would stand with them, Sifuna came out and represented the views of the people. As much as if you saw how the ODM, the likes of Honorable the MP of Mr. Honorable Kaloma, if you remember the comments of Kaloma trying to criticize, for example, Sifuna, amidst all those, bad mouthing members of parliament pouring all those bad things to him, he maintained and he said that we have a stand, we have to protect the people, and we have to ensure that whatever we do or the decisions we make as a country
Yeah.
are decisions that are supported by the majority of the people of Kenya. And for that reason, he won a good number of votes in the Republic of Kenya. And that would be my take. Whether he goes or not, Sifuna is a household name,
Mhm.
and he can survive politically depending on the moves that he would take.
Okay, this is what my take says. Bukusu, not a Luya. There is no tribe of or language called Luya. That is true. But like if you look at when we talk about Luya, we are talking of the western part of Kenya, where the Luya community is coming from with a different sub tribe. It is like the Luo nation. You know, we do not have a tribe called Luo. Yeah, but in the Luo we have sub tribes. You know, within Luo we have the Subas, they are Luo. Or maybe my take can
I get you. I concur with that. I'm not
yeah.
disputing that, but
Oh, okay.
we have to be factual. The people from the Western region, more of time we do refer to them as lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
And truth be told, if you know how culture is a serious thing in the Western region, and
Yeah.
they really follow their culture.
Yes.
And again, if we compare, let's just compare the two, Sifuna and Sakaja.
Yeah.
Even in Lowland, let's just be practical.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to Lowland and then you speak to the people in Luo language, if you are leader from that point or side, then they would associate you to them, me being one of them, more than someone who doesn't do that. We've never heard of governor going back home to
Yeah.
associate himself with the people of Western region more often,
Mm-hmm.
similar to what we've been seeing Sifuna do. And for that reason, I'm quite sure that the lawyer people are more familiar with one Edwin Sifuna more than they do with Sakaja.
But
That
will
is
that
my
one
take.
will that one translate to votes if he moves out of
Of
ODM?
course, of course, it would, because remember, majority of, if you look at those people, majority of lawyer people who are still within the town, most within Nairobi, most of them are still youths. And just as I have said, politics of the Republic of Kenya are more of tribal. These things are, I understand what my brother, my take, is saying at the comment section. But again, we have to accept the fact that our politics are more of tribal than issues based. We look more of tribe than we look more of what someone can offer.
Mm-hmm.
If we are looking more of tribe, then I can confirm to you that Sifuna is more of lawyer than Sakaja. That one was confirmed. If you remember the time the issue of campaigns were coming up, the Sakaja was accused of so many things, that he's a Luo, that his name is Luo, and so many people from the Western region said that they should not support him because he's not a full, lawyer or something like that. So as much as these issues really do not make sense and do not translate to what a leader can achieve or can do, but we have to accept the fact that these are the issues which play when we get to the election times.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm stand corrected here by my take. Say there are no sub tribes in Luo. There are clans in Luo. In Luya, what we have are tribes with distinct languages and culture. The term Luya didn't exist before 1950. That is the research that we will do. But thank you for the information. Mr. Barak, how are you doing, sir?
Hello, great people. How are you?
We are doing fine. We are just discussing about the Sifuna days are numbered in ODM based on Aladwa statement.
Wonderful. I don't know why I'm only seeing myself. Where are you?
Don't worry. Technology, we are here with AI.
You want me to be surprised? Eh?
Yeah.
You know,
Let me.
I have heard you say something that is very dangerous. And you know, as a student of of the late Bethel Ogot,
Yeah.
a renowned historian in Kenya. If he
Mhm.
hear you saying that when we have sub-tribes in Luo, he will skin you alive. We don't have sub-tribes in Luo, we have clans.
Yeah,
And
clans. Okay.
he can take you through the journey from South Sudan, you know, from South Sudan to how they came to Uganda and how they came to Jokajok, Jokomolo,
Uh-huh.
and there are three clans.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me just say something before we before you ask me any question.
Yeah.
I had my brother struggle so much with the Luya. Luyas. You cannot compare Luyas and Luos because Luyas subtribe are so distinct. You
Mm.
know the Bukusu. That is a very different subtribe. We
Oh.
have even Luyas who don't understand each other. For example, the Bunyore from Luanda and the Muhaya. Others do not even understand the Bukusu from Bungoma.
Mm.
And if you go to Triki, they have a very different culture from. They come from Hamisi, where the John Haniri was the member of parliament sometime.
Yeah.
And if you go to people like the Nabongo, the Mumia, these Wanga who come from Mumias, former Nabongo kingdom.
Mhm.
So you find that we have 17 sub-tribes, so 17 sub-tribes in Luya community, and each of them they speak differently, and they have different cultures from each other, and even they've also sibling rivalry between them. The Bukusus and the Maragolis are already competing politically. That's why you can even if you look at the history, they don't even vote for the same person. Look at even Ruto 2022. We had two principals from Luya. The Bukusu.
Baraka. Oh, Barak is gone. Okay, thank you. As we wait for Barak, and I'm very grateful. Like today, I've learned. Yeah, I was thinking quite much differently, and thank for my tech for giving us this information. Makobura, as we wait for Barak, so where can I start? Because I wanted to engage Barak on the issue of Sifuna, but unfortunately he dropped. Let me try to bring him in. Okay. Okay. So as we wait for Mr. Barak to come into the show and talking about the Bukusu and all the sub tribe, I hope he will come back and talk about it very nicely. And we also thank MyTech for such very good information that some of us we are not aware of, and that's why we really love our viewers. Yeah, we learn. Like today I've learned that Luya have different tribe with distinctive features, and it did not exist until exist before 1950s. Hiyo ni history. Sasa wenye hatukusoma history kama hii leo ndio lao tumejua. So when now we look at the ODM with the Right Honorable Prime Minister coming all the way from Dubai and headed to State House in Mombasa, and having a press with the President William Ruto, whereby he came to thank the President for what President did for him. Are you seeing a future of the Right Honorable Prime Minister working with Ruto until 2027? Makobura or Miguda?
Yeah, yeah. You can hear me.
I can hear you, sir.
I was saying that there is a possibility of Raila working with Ruto in the forthcoming election right now and even 27 beyond. And the reason we said yesterday that Raila is going to support Ruto, reasons are well known.
Yeah.
And to understand that some people are even being kicked out of ODM because they are not lying to the law. The position of the party is to support the government.
Mhm.
The position of the party is to donate more expert. And even right now, the members of parliament in ODM, they want more seats to be granted to them seats like the chair for budget. There are some seats which they are demanding things like majority leader, the speaker position. In my view, if they are demanding those slots and their members are also in the executive, they are not going to exit, because by them not supporting William Ruto, it's very simple that they have to render those positions to William Ruto. They have not to claim for those, because you are only permitted to claim for those positions. You are supporting William Ruto, but the moment you part ways with Ruto, there's no way they are going to claim the position. So that's why I've been saying that Raila is going to support William Ruto. But I want to say two things. One, Raila, just like another person, as is democratic right to support whoever he wants to support. Therefore, by him supporting Ruto, it's not a big deal. Let him support Ruto. Also, he can do anything he wants to do, because he also enjoys that civil and political right, just like another person. He can decide to support whoever he wants. There is no compelling reason for Raila not to support Ruto. No one is being compelled not to support Ruto. People have different opinion. But what I want to say that the people, it's not a matter that if Raila support Ruto, that everybody is going to support Ruto, or you have been told to support Ruto. You can make your own political decision. That, as for me, I don't see it being fit for me to support Ruto because of 1, 2, 3. Raila is supporting Ruto because of 1, 2, 3. He knows better why he's supporting Ruto. And you understand that it's all about capturing power and the interest company. But right now, the interest of ODM is being served. Therefore, somebody cannot come and tell us on either mainstream media, social media, that ODM are not in government and ODM are not going to support Ruto. That is fallacy. ODM are going to work with Ruto, in my view. And Raila was in Dubai with these boys. You understand, people like Joho, Junet, Simbarati. They are being told the position that going forward, we are here. And I said that it doesn't matter. You can support whoever you want to support. There's no problem. But even you also have a political position, because even remember, who supported Raila previously, but Raila lost. It doesn't matter who is supporting. Like for the other people, you also have a choice, a political choice and a right to support who you want to support. Whenever they are doing the evaluation, let them give us that candidate as early as now, because we know whom we are going to vote for. Like me, I can say my position is very clear that I can't vote for Ruto because I still having some pending issues with him. As for me, I can say maybe I feel that those people lost their lives, or those people who are injured, or those people lose their properties during the demonstrations have not been compensated to date. Unless there is compensation to those people, then we can have a chat on how to vote for him. But if I vote for him blindly, it's like I'm going to betray my fellow comrades, those who Gen Z who lost their lives in demonstration. That can be my own reason, which I'm at liberty to reason like that one, and I don't owe anybody any explanation why I'm reasoning like that, or why I'm not going for Ruto. The same way, my rights I don't want to be interfered with. Raila also has his own rights. Let him also decide at his capacity who he want to support, who he doesn't want to support. That's why I was still telling our good friend that it doesn't matter where Raila is. It's about the people and the God. Raila can support anybody. That is, you don't need to tell him what to do. He's a grown-up man. Even if you are a grown-up man, decide to do the right thing. If you feel that you want to support Ruto, so be it. And you must have your reason, like I've said mine clearly. So therefore, if we have a candidate who is formidable and can transform the country, then there is no, he can beat Ruto. It's not a matter that if Raila support Ruto, Ruto is going to do his second term. That is my reason. But as for me, I'm very certain sure that Raila is going to work with Ruto going forward.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Makobura, maybe you're going to mention that, and also we need to look at something about what is happening in the judiciary, especially based on what Rigathi Gachagua did yesterday, going ballistic on President William Ruto, being against or being the force behind the removal of Chief Justice. And for how long will Rigathi Gachagua keep on attacking President Ruto? And will this one give us good governance, or is this strategy working?
Okay. Maybe before I answer that or give my take on that, there's a comment here from my take saying there's always a first time to be used for everybody. The people who support tribalist may not quite realize it, but some of us were in the same box at some point. In short, we were naive. Okay, this is Brother Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. And so everyone's opinion counts so long as it is not interfering with anyone's rights. Allow me to just comment on this. My take's comment. My take here is trying to say that they were used by William Samoei Ruto or the president according to his statement, and it is normal according to his statement to be used for the first time. So I don't know whether he's gotten any certainty that maybe in the second term, or if he votes him again, there's going to be he's going to expect good things. My question to him would be, you have your stand, that's okay, and that is right. But remember, there are people who wanted good for the fellow countrymen. And these people just came out on the streets and they were telling the president and the leadership that kindly rethink about the finance bill, kindly make our lives easy, kindly, we are going through a lot. And these people decided to just go on the street. Instead of the government giving them audience, the government decided to, continue with the finance bill that the people of Kenya had said no to. And it even went ahead. I can say that it is this government in the presence or in the leadership of President Uhuru Muigai, in the leadership of William Samoei Ruto, a number of young people are killed in the entire country. And we cannot forget all these things. These are all citizens. They have a right to live, to exist in this republic. We cannot keep quiet. We cannot forget the fact that people were killed by this same government. As much as Ruto is going to be sanitized by whoever is going to sanitize him, we have to be very, very serious with our lives as a people. And we have to stand firm and say no to a government that is going against the rights of the people of Kenya, a government that is abducting people who are saying no. We cannot really just stand or wake up and say it is okay. We are going to now support them because someone has sanitized them. I think if you continue with that narrative or that kind of thinking, then we are getting out and we are forgetting the fact that as a people, we've come from far. There are people who died when we were looking for independence in this country. Majority of them, up to date, they've not even gotten compensation. Out of that, out of the deaths that we saw, we got the independence. We need to respect those people who died. We cannot, at this point, allow a government to continue killing the people in this generation. And then you tell, or someone says that it is right that we continue with that government. I don't think that would be right. We have to respect the lives of the people. Those who died, they have to get justice. If they're not going to get justice, there's no need of having a conversation or continuing the government that is, we have no assurity that they're going to continue respecting the rights of the people. Just recently here, we've seen a good number of people being abducted, some of them being killed. And the government is coming out through the leadership and even the president to tell us that they don't know. And the other day, if you can remember, they used a lot of money. Wakatuambia that they were going to buy very serious good, technology. The other day, in this government, my dear brothers and sisters, we need to wake up and say no to some issues or some people who are taking us for a ride. If you don't protect this country, our children and the future, the people who are going to come, the next generation, they will come and ask us, we were there, what did we do? The Gen Zs came out and they stood by truth. They said that the issues of tribalism, we're going to do away with it. And then just because Raila failed or wanted to go for the AU, and then he was supported by the president, now he can come back to tell us that Ruto is okay, and his supporters were killed, even young children who did not even know what was going on. Up to date, they've not gotten any compensation. There's no justice to their families. How are those families feeling today? Those who were killed in the demonstration, fighting for the rights of others, and you want us to forget about them, and you're telling us to continue supporting this government? That is a big no. To me, I'm having a different opinion on that.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm seeing my Gypsy Corner. Thank you so much for joining. And the Makobura, I think we should take one of these days and talk about, because I think we've always been talking about tribalism and how it has really affected us. One of the undoing things that we usually do as a country is we as a country, we look at the party and we look at the personality who is running, you know. Because then if you look at the democracy, the other day we were talking about negotiated democracy, that our democracies are usually negotiated. Like today, for instance, we know very well that Moses Wetangula actually violated or went against the law even after the court ruling. And I think there are 3 members of parliament, 3 members of the public who have gone back to court, about the Wetangula case. Miguda, are you aware of that? Yeah, and the Speaker of National Assembly is the 3rd respondent. You know, they're just going for clarity, you know. And these are some of the things that we should listen to. And there are some comments that are being made, especially with some leaders, that I feel, to me as a country, if we want to grow as a country, is we are not growing, and we are growing backwards. Because if maybe if a leader says, you're a leader, and you say that we know the people who are with us, that is general. But you should be very specific and say, we know so and so is against us, and who is against us. Not everybody. We know the people. So I think it's a conversation that we should always have, because at the end of the day, what matters is the kind of the country that we bring. It doesn't matter who is a leader. Yeah? It doesn't matter who is a leader. When economy works, it works for both. When economy does not work, the economy is not very specific on or is not like when economy works, it works for only few people. It is across the board. So for us to move as a country and realize the Kenya that everybody desires, is that we have to speak in one voice and reason together. We can disagree because each and every person has who they support. That is something that we cannot take away from you. But look at, what are you supporting? You know, and as a platform where we have, that's why we have like this platform. Come, let's reason together. Where do you feel that we should do better, or where do you feel that we should not do better, and how can we make? Because it all boils to the country, you know. Yes. This is what my take. They've even fooled you to believe so. Gen Z are not tribal. Those people who are tribal to the core, why did they support a dictator for AU position, yet they want democracy in Kenya? I don't know. Maybe you can explain to us more so that we can understand, because here we just only need information.
Can I give my comment to my text take?
Yeah.
He's saying that they've even fooled you to believe the so-called Gen Z are not tribal. Those people are tribal to the core. Gen Z is a generation that felt that things were not going the right way. And then they decided to, just come out and try fight for themselves and for the people. And that was a good move. To me, it was. And I applaud that. And my prayer has always been that they continue being together and they continue seeing the problems that we are facing as a country, and maybe they they continue fighting and they continue remembering one thing, that we are in Kenya. The problems that you are facing, part of them is caused by the political class, and that is a fact. More of the taxing that we are currently seeing in the Republic of Kenya, they are coming because the political class has managed. The political class has managed to somehow squander public resources. And for that reason, more of monies that we spend as a country, they actually go towards corruption. And to me, I don't really think it is right for a government to just mismanage funds. And if they're reminded, they become too hostile to the people who are reminding them. The issue of Gen Zs, even if they're tribal, of course, I said here that we are tribal. The politics of the Republic of Kenya, more of it is based on tribal basis. But it's something that we can do away with as a people. It depends with how we think. If we understand, if you stop thinking like the political class or the politicians, then I believe we can make changes. If we stop having stands of why we are supporting so and so, either because they supported so and so, or either because they're coming from our area, then automatically we'll start, or we'll get to a journey of bringing back the lost glory in the Republic of Kenya.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much, Makobura, and I really thank my take, because my take says, here is the thing: do you think you can have this kind of podcast from Djibouti? Sometimes, but this is something that I usually say as a Kenyan. There are so many privileges that as Kenya we do enjoy as compared to other states in Africa. So many that we do, especially when it comes to expression, freedom of expression. We do it very well, and we okay as compared to other African states. But sometimes we need also to be good ambassadors of the country. And how can we be a good ambassadors of the country? We know the history of this country, on what the tribal politics has always done for us. And how can we be, as the younger generation, how can we change our trajectory to go in a way that build a nation full of trust with his people and within his people. That is what we are trying to build. We know in the processes, there are mistakes that some leaders do make, and then how can we correct those mistakes that were made by the people who have come before us, and the people who are coming after us will find a very good procedures and a very good ground whereby they can express their views by not looking at it in terms of tribe. That's all the challenges that we are facing today, one of them being tribal. So how can we lay that foundation in a way so that the generation that is coming, it will be a thing of the past? So that is the conversation that we need. We agree that that is a challenge that we have. We agree that it has always happened, not on the other side. Even on the other side, it has happened because it has continuously happened. It depends from where you are speaking from. But at the end of the day, we know is a cancer that is eating our country very, very, very deep into the core and the foundation of this beautiful country called Kenya. That is what I think.
But allow me to just add something. As a country, we've had problems. We understand that. And we also accept the fact that more of the problems we've had, they are caused by the political class. But I think up to where we are, we still have elections that, kuna election at 2027, kuna zingine mbele. I think when we are going for that election, there are so many people who are going to offer themselves for the position of presidency. Let us not think that we don't have an option, because the moment we start thinking that we don't have an option, that is when we will regroup and go back to our tribal mentality or mental thoughts. We will get back to our regional politics, and then we'll start saying that we are giving this person because he's coming from our region, or because we know him, or such kind of things. We have got so many options, and as a people that is one thing that we need to get into our minds. There are so many options. As much as Ruto and the president and all those other people have been on the political class, we understand that yes, they have money, they have fame, they have everything. We are not, I personally, I'm not disputing that, but let us not behave as if we don't have options. We are going for the election. Of course, Ruto, the president, has declared that he's going to, go for that seat again for the second time. We've had people like Matiang'i coming out to say that they're also interested. We've had people like Omtata coming out to say they're interested. We've had so many people saying they're interested. We can look at these other people. There are also options. Because the moment we now start thinking that there is no option, that is when we'll still get to a point where we will say that only Ruto is there, and probably Gachagua or Kalonzo, they're the only people who are there. And when we get there, we will not have an option. Hivyo basi ndo tutaanza kusema that who is more closer to our tribe, who is more closer to our kingman, who is more closer to, I think let us just know that there are options, and options are there, and we can get to a point where we support the options, and the options can deliver. Let us not recycle the these politicians, especially these ones who have messed our lives. Let us not believe that we don't have an option. We have so many options, and they can deliver. I'm quite sure about that. The moment we get to a point where we understand the fact that there is an option, then we can do it. But when we say that there are no options, then we'll remain with either the two devils or the three devils, and we'll have no good option. Hapo sasa ndo tutasema we are going for our person, and we'll forget the moves that we've made as a people, and we'll get back to our tribal thinking. That is my take. Miguda, you can give us your last remarks.
My last remark will be, one thing as a country, it's very clear that there is a struggle. We are history. It's a benefit of history. With the freedoms, the rights we are enjoying, and we don't need to give credit to one person that it is a result of one man show. People are included, everybody for these freedoms. Those who are
Miguda, you're not clear.
should
I
not
don't know.
be
Can you
credited to one
just try
person.
change the position? You're not clear. You're breaking. Yes, proceed.
Am I-
I can't hear you. Are you speaking?
I'm speaking. Can you hear me? I'm speaking. Can you hear me?
No, you're
Can you hear
breaking.
me?
Maybe you can. Yes, proceed now.
Well, now I'm clear. Okay, I was saying this. There's need for us to give credit to one person, that it's only one person was made us be where we are as a result of one person, one individual. It was a collective work for Kenyans. Kenyans fought for this constitution.
Miguda, maybe you can log out and then try again and rejoin. It is seriously breaking. Yeah, so as we wait for him to just fix is internet. The issue of election, or the issue of 2027 is a serious thing that as a people we've started talking about it, and I don't think there's something too difficult that we can't manage or that we can't do. The people of Kenya are the majority. And this is not the first time that if, for example, the people of Kenya are not happy with the president, they can make a decision to send him home. And maybe if he comes back and, reforms or convince the people of Kenya that he's now ready to continue, then of course he'll have time to proceed, depending with the views of the people of Kenya. I've heard so many people say that it is impossible to unseat, a sitting president. But maybe my question would be, how is it difficult? Because it is something that had been done before. It is something that had been done before. During those times of independence, the people of Kenya had to fight the whites or the Europeans so that they would get back their country. It was not easy. They did not have the required weapons, but they fought. They fought using the native, all those things that they had, and they managed to send the Europeans back to their country. We are in a generation, or we are at a point where we are very much liberated as a people. And if the people of Kenya are not happy with the president, I think the president cannot force himself, or he cannot use the machinery to force himself to the people. And there's nothing wrong that it is not written anywhere that if a president has gone for one term, then he has to go for the second term. Trump in the United States of America went for one term. The second term, the people of United States of America refused him. And they gave the opportunity to someone else, that is President Biden. Biden did not prove to them that he was better than Trump. And then the people went back and rethought, and then they brought back Trump. That is how politics should work. In Africa, it can't be that you cannot unseat a sitting president. Kwani a sitting president is a god. I think those are some of the mentalities that we need to get out of. And no one is saying that President Ruto is not a good person. He might have messed in some instances, but that actually is a decision that the people of Kenya would make. And no one here is coercing or making decision for anyone. Everybody has their own mind to make the right choice. But personally, I think that the president was given the opportunity and he has not performed well. And for that reason, he doesn't require a second term for now. And if I had the opportunity to vote, I'll vote someone else until he goes back and rethink and get to understand how, the wishes of the people. Then probably I might rethink about that, not in 2027, but some other time. So that is my take. Yeah, Miguda, maybe you can proceed.
If I can proceed now, am I clear now? Okay, and what I was saying, and I want to echo what Jeep Sakona is saying here, and what Katana is saying. These are things we have been saying, and we have said very unequivocal that Raila Odinga, there's nothing you can do about it. Raila is going to support William Ruto, and we are very sure he's going to support William Ruto for second term. But it doesn't mean that if Raila support that, everybody must support Ruto. Even everyone can decide who to vote for. That is left for people to decide. But I'm certain sure Raila is going to support William Ruto. That is going to give him second term. It doesn't matter how they're going to play their cards. What I want to say is that the fact that we have freedom, we have rights, doesn't mean that it was fought by one person, that we have to give credit to one person. Every Kenya fought for these rights, those who are there before us. People fought holistically, that it was a collective responsibility for those people who are fighting for good governance, the constitution, the rule of law. They fought for us, not that it was only one person. Each and every time you try to speak, they're trying to threaten you that you could not have that freedom if there was somebody, if there could not be so and so, you could not have that freedom. They should stop those things. People, even when it comes to constitution, most of people voted yes. No one walk into police station alone and make it for the Kenyan people. Kenyan people participate in that. Therefore, if it's the freedom of Kenyan, it's our own freedom. It's not someone's freedom that it belongs to an individual or it belongs to Raila or Ruto. No, it belongs to us. We have that freedom to do whatever we want to do. The other countries who have not reached where we are, they are still in the struggle. They will reach one day. But as for Kenyans, we are at liberty to discuss whatever we can discuss. We are at liberty to enjoy our freedoms. We are at liberty to enjoy our rights.
Yes, are you there?
No one should. I am here. Therefore, no one should threaten
Okay, thank you.
I think Makubura, you can conclude. We'll catch up tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Allow me to read these comments. Gypsy Corner here is saying, we will wait for 2032. Right now, Uhuru, Raila have handed Ruto a second term. Let's not kid ourselves about unseating Ruto in 2027. Bribes, dictators, everything. Okay, that is friend Gypsy Corner. Katana Katoi saying Sifuna akona haki ya kusupport mtu yeyote. Hata sisi huku Mombasa tumeamua kusupport mtu mwingine come 2027. My take is saying we are not saying there are no options. There have always been options. Even in 2022, the problem is some people are just dishonest in this thing. You think you are reading from same page, but you are wrong. Okay, thank you. I take. Africa has over 54 countries. Give me 10 countries, just 10, where someone has done only one term. Don't even go far. Start with Djibouti down here. How long has the guy been in power? Okay. I think my take, this is also just my take. I think we've been in Africa for quite some time, and there's some fear that has been instilled in us by the political class. And they've instilled some fear in us to an extent that we've believed that if someone is, for example, in a political, if they're holding a particular seat, then they have all the powers, they have everything. It is true they do, but from where I sit, my own thinking and how, let me say, how I was brought up and my stance as an individual, someone can be in power, can be in leadership, can be enjoying all this state, whatever. But if the people decides, then automatically they will have no other way or other option That is my take. Yeah, so I want to take this opportunity to wish you all a blessed evening. I also want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who joined us this evening. We really appreciate the fact that you've come. I just want to take this opportunity now to wish you all a blessed evening, a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, a blessed evening from wherever you are. Thank you so much. And may God bless you. See you tomorrow. And bye bye.